What's up, everyone? My name is Raleigh, and today I'm going to be discussing a topic with you all that I find super interesting, so I hope you do as well. And that has to do with what does NASA search for when it's looking for life out in space, and how do they do it, right? Like, that's something that's always kind of sparked my curiosity for a while, like space in general, but especially like how are we looking for life out there? So I hope you enjoy this conversation today, and I hope you enjoy this video. And with that said, let's jump into it. Before we get into this topic, I want to really quickly though mention something for your own safety. And that's that there's a study out that actually says if you don't press the like button, you're 10 times more likely to be abducted by aliens. So please do yourself a favor, do me a favor, and just really quickly tap that like button and do your future self a real solid by just protecting yourself from any, strange encounters. So when looking for life in space, NASA essentially works with what it knows, and what that means is it basically looks for a planet very much like Earth, because Earth is the only known planet, of course, that is known to support life today. One of the first things they look for is planets that are in what's called the habitable zone, which basically means it's not too close or not too far from the star that it circumnavigates or goes around. And the reason why this is so important is because in that zone, when a planet is not too close or not too far from the star that it goes around, it essentially means that it's at the right temperature and has more or less the right biome or environment created to have liquid water on its surface. And all life as we know it today requires water. So their assumption is they're basically looking for a planet that is the right distance to support liquid water on its surface. The second thing they're looking for is an atmosphere very much similar to our own. So one that has oxygen, carbon dioxide, methane, other things like that. Basically, again, an atmosphere very much similar to our own, because our atmosphere, once again, is the only atmosphere that's known to support life. So that's really where they start off, is they search for planets that are suitable for life as we know it. And they search really far away. They search and look at planets that are light years away using really specialized telescopes that sit in space most of the time and are able to analyze light that is reflected off those planets towards those particular telescopes. So these telescopes are really powerful, and again, they're able to see light years away. And so all of these planets aren't ones that we can go visit ourselves, but by analyzing the light reflected off them and seeing images and things like that, we're able to get an idea of what type of planet or what types of things sit on the surface of this particular planet. Now, I didn't study biology, and I don't claim to be like a biology or anyone who specializes in space or anything like that. But I will say this, I do feel like it's a little naive to assume that life that's light years away, maybe has existed for way longer than we have or less or whatever, requires the same things to survive as we do. Like, just because we require water to drink and oxygen to breathe doesn't mean some other life form, requires those same things. I mean, who's to say that they don't drink liquid nitrogen, right? And live in, sub-zero temperatures and breathe carbon dioxide? Because, if you think about it, life started billions of years ago on Earth, and on Earth, right, we had an abundance of water and carbon dioxide and oxygen and things of that nature. So life back then really adapted to survive in those environments. But who's to say life didn't start billions of years ago on some planet far away that is sub-zero temperatures, has abundance of liquid nitrogen and an abundance of carbon dioxide, right? In that particular environment, life there would probably morph and evolve to need and survive off of those particular resources, which are very different than the ones that we have on our planet. Now, I didn't make this video to bag on NASA. They are very smart individuals, definitely much smarter than I am, and they definitely are experts in their field. So that said, I do understand why they started off their search for life in space by basing it off of life as we know it here on Earth. Because space is endless, so you have to start off with some sort of assumptions to narrow your scope, or else you're realistically never going to get anywhere. And just to give you some insight on this, that small dot is Earth. That's crazy, right? Yeah, that small little dot is Earth. And seeing images like this make me realize just how vast everything else out there is and how small I am. And it also makes me a little bit more full of wonder, right, in terms of what all is out there. Anyway, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you guys think that NASA should, continue to keep a narrow scope and look for life as we know it when it's searching for life out in space? Or do you feel like they should expand it a little bit and look for life more generic? Do you feel like, their narrowed search is a little naive? Or are you like some of my friends who are scared of searching for life out there in space because they've watched too many scary alien movies to know what's good for them? So like I said, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Please like the video if you really liked it. Again, always subscribe. I love to have your support as I make new videos and come out with videos that discuss a wide range of topics. So with that said, take it easy, y'all. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and thank you for your time.